Good evening and welcome. Again, if you have any issues standing, we're going to let Dr. Hull speak, so it could be a while. So you might want to come up and seat if you need to speak. Sorry, I love Dr. Welcome to the 9th Annual Speedway State of the Town. In one of what I would view as one of the most unique venues for a State of the Town ever in the history of States of the Town. Just take my word for it, don't look that up. My name is Jacob Blaze, I'm the town manager of Speedway. A couple of safety and housekeeping items before we really dive in here. Number one, we do have restrooms. If you kind of go here to the left and back out the door, they'll be to your left. They are a little rustic, but they're serviceable. And so if you need to use the restroom, please go ahead and do that. And in the event of emergency, if we need to exit, please find the nearest exit. Most likely it would be the doors here to my left, but of course we have the exits where most folks entered to the north over there. So in the event of emergency, just follow directions and signs and find the nearest exit. I want to thank you guys for being here, and we've got a great crowd. I'm very excited to see you all here and in this building. It's very important to stay connected to what's going on in your community and your local government. I think I appreciate you guys taking the time to be here, and if you're watching it on replay on YouTube, appreciate you taking the time to do that as well, so thank you. I'll be honest, I kind of have viewed in States of the Town to be a little bit of a formality, and I'll share a little story with you that I recently learned a valuable lesson from. So a couple weekends ago, I'm skiing down a mountain and really having a great time, and I got kind of towards the bottom and was feeling pretty confident, and I really didn't think about what was in front of me. I started thinking about what I had just done, what I had just skied, and started focusing on maybe where I was going next and thinking about that. And long story short, the next thing you know, I'm going down the mountain pretty fast, out of control, backwards, which for those of you that are smart enough to not ski is not where you want to be. It's not a good place. And took a little dive into some hard-packed snow, and it occurred to me, not at that immediate moment, but it occurred to me a little bit later that if I had just stopped to do that, think about where I was going, think about where I'd been, none of that would have happened. And if you're wondering if I broke my collarbone skiing just so we have a nice anecdote for State of the Town, maybe. I'm very dedicated to this job, and I enjoy it very much. We're a little less formal this year, as you can tell, and part of that's due to the environment. There's still a lot to say, and want to be efficient about doing that, so we're going to dive right in here. First and foremost, we're going to recognize some outstanding youth in our community by having them participate in leading the pledge and the national anthem. So leading the pledge is going to be Joel Magnabosco. Joel is a senior at Speedway High School. Raise your hand, Joel. And member of the National Honor Society. It says here he's attending DePaul University in Greencastle next year. I don't know much about it. I've heard it's an excellent school, very good school, Joel. Don't know much about it. And he plans on majoring in actuarial science and statistics. And then that will be followed by Melanie Wall, who will be playing the national anthem on the saxophone. She's also a senior at Speedway High School, a member of the National Honor Society in the top 10, and hopes to attend Western Michigan and major in music therapy, also a great school. And then we'll follow the program from there. Thanks. Joel, lead us off.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you remain standing, please? Before I begin with the invocation, I just want to say that whoever scheduled this meeting tonight obviously did not consult the IU Purdue basketball schedule. Please join me in an attitude of prayer. Gracious and loving God, we give you thanks for the town of Speedway and for all who live in this town and for those who manage it, for those who work in any way to provide safety, security, care, schools, police and fire, for our roads, for our maintenance. In any way, Lord, bless them in what they do going about their daily duties. We thank you for the willingness to take upon the task and for our town council. We give you thanks and praise too. Watch over, care for each one, keep our men and women safe wherever they serve. We give you thanks for this occasion to learn together tonight. And we pray your blessing upon each one who comes to speak and report. Bless us, Lord, and keep us, we pray, in your holy name. Amen. There are some empty seats up front if you need to sit down.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Ken Hall, and I bring greetings on behalf of the Board of Trustees for the school Town of Speedway. They are, even as I speak, working back at the office, planning on the future and working under the direction of Assistant Superintendent Kyle Trebley. They've essentially sent the second team this evening to talk to you. But since I've spoken to you about this, boy, has it been an amazing time. It was just about 9 months ago that 18 young ladies, a manager, and 3 coaches took us on the greatest springtime ride you ever wanted to have. And until you've seen that group of girls win a state championship up at West Lafayette and know they did it with the absolute joy and confidence that you ever wanted to see, those young women represented us so well, and I know they loved your overwhelming support. So I come to you first bringing a state championship that they won. You know, Speedway continues to lead Marion County, the A School Corporation, the A schools. Inside Marion County, our students have the highest achievement scores and the highest growth rates of all grade levels in all assessed subjects. This is really no surprise. Frankly, it's what you've come to expect of our students and our teachers. And since the beginning of competitive standardized testing in 1987, Speedway has led the way. And before that comparison, they led the way. It's just the kind of community we are. But we tend not to consider ourselves a school in Marion County, but rather we tend to look at the 25 school corporations that are in the surrounding counties, the suburbs, as you might say. And in those 25 suburban counties, Speedway students rank 5th. Just ahead of us, schools like Brownsburg, Carmel, and Hamilton Southeastern. And just behind us, Plainfield, Noblesville, Zionsville. Frankly, this is the kind of company we like to keep, and our students keep that company very, very well. Our high school students continue to earn the highest recognition from the College Board. And some people say the College Board, those are the SAT people. For the second year in a row, our students have earned a place on the National Advanced Placement Honor Roll. This recognition is earned when the total number of students attempting college credit increases over the previous year, and we were on the honor roll last year, and the number of students successfully completing that credit goes up. We've done both. 12 high schools in the state are on that honor roll, and only 373 in the country. And that's what your children are doing at Speedway High School. It's pretty amazing, folks. One common thread among our highest performing students is extracurricular participation. And an even stronger correlation, now I've got to tell you, the combined GPA of the softball team was exceptional, but it gets higher when you look at the combined GPA of the show choir. Our students who participate in music, anything better than an alto sax in a setting like this, just absolutely perfect. But when you look at our students in music, their academic achievement is off the charts. Now, I'm not sure if great work in music means great academic achievement or vice versa. All I know is the more our students participate in music, the higher our scores go. And if you stop by and listen to a concert or listen to a basketball game, our pep band is rocking, folks. And along that line, I'm going to give you a heads up here because I've got to tell you, the last time we saw this was about 2012. Our band, musical, and art department are putting together the high school musical this year, and it's called Zeusical. It's based on the work of Dr. Zeus. And I get to hear it every night. They practice, they're the band and choir kids. They practice from 7 till 9, 10, chase them out of there at 10:30. Every night. The costumes are fantastic. And if you'd like to just see what it's going to look like, think about attending the Lions Club Pancake Breakfast on March the 9th. Because between 8 and noon, my understanding is the kids are going to be in character and in costume and stopping in on the pancake breakfast. So if you get a chance to stop by, what a great way to have a little pancakes, biscuits, and gravy and see some phenomenal kids. And if things go well, maybe you'll get just enough to realize that the following week, on March 15th, Friday, and on March 16th, Saturday at 7 p.m., they'll be performing that musical. And it is going to be fantastic. And the reason I'm telling you is if you're coming, get here early. Because back when we did Cinderella, we actually sold the house out twice. And I think there's a chance that they'll sell it out again. They are just absolutely marvelous. And remember, come to the Lions Club breakfast. Thank you, Lions Club, as always, for being here, because every dime you contribute there is going to go to scholarships for Speedway kids, and I think at last count, well over 6 figures worth of Lions scholarships have been given out. Now, I've got to get back over to the office because I'm going to give you a couple of things to think about. First off, everybody watch the weather carefully overnight. We've got a good potential for about 2 inches of snow and some freezing rain, so it could be a little tricky in the morning. And then I'm also going to give you a long-range projection because 2 weeks from tonight, just about 45 minutes from ago, at 6 p.m., Speedway High School is going to be hosting the boys' basketball sectional. It's going to begin. And any of you who are Hoosiers know what boys' basketball sectional means to the weather. So, folks, yeah, it's been like that for a long time. But I can't tell you that Jacob told me 3 to 5 minutes. I think I'm still under. I'm good? So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all your support. And when you see a high school kid, tell them how great they are. They're doing a marvelous job.
everybody for showing up, and the race is on.
That was a busy year. My name's Eileen Fisher. I'm president of Speedway Town Council for the 2019. And first of all, I'd like to say thank you to everyone for coming out this evening. We have other councilors here, employees. We have city, county councilors, state officials here. So thank you. And there's a lot of people here, standing room only back there. So we're going to keep this short so you guys can go tour the building because I'm sure that a lot of you are here to see that. We truly appreciate, though, one of our largest stakeholders, the IMS, for allowing us to use their great facilities for this event the past few years. We thought that it would be a change to come here for the stakeholders and the citizens of the town to see what will be their next town hall. In 2019, the town will continue to work with developers in the property located at 2500 High School Road. Also, we have a developer that has purchased 1300 block of Main Street and just had announced today some of their ideas of buildings there in that section. He's here in the back and has some photos of that block, so that is up and coming in 2019. Feel free to stop by there and ask him any questions on that project. Also, Tim Gropp will be working with the steering committee for the economic development of our town. This group drives the analysis and recommendation. There's a phase 1 that has already underway, and this is conditions to create the foundation of understanding of where we are now. And this includes the industry, the demographics, and the workforce analysis. Phase 2, the community assessments to understand gaps and the opportunities for development and redevelopment. And then Phase 3, which will ask for involvement for individuals here in our community to take surveys, will include focus groups, and just to hear the public's feedback. And then in early spring, we'll have the final recommendation of what that looks like of our economic development of our town. We also have in 2019, our Speedway Trails Committee is continuing to work very hard with the City of Indianapolis with grants to continue the trails from downtown, but then also to connect our trails to Hendricks County as well. So thank you, many thanks actually to Bev Cadahenry, who has really stayed focused on that, Allison Duncan, as well as continued efforts on that project. For several years now, as an elected official, I've heard from many individuals within the town, outside the town employees, and basically stating that this corner, this building that we're in tonight, is perfect for the town. That it would be centrally located with enough space for just about all of our office needs. Well, time has happened. The town has purchased this building the end of 2018. And we currently have a committee that is made up of different department heads, town manager, town economic developer, 2 counselors, and some outside consultants, some of which are here this evening, to help us go through some of the changes that are needed, required for security reasons, upgrades on some of the mechanical systems, getting some things in code, but to keep us under budget and on a timeline. We are just in the very beginning of laying out these different requirements and what's going to be best fit for the usage of the different departments. Our plan is not to come in and totally gut the building by any means. As a matter of fact, we're trying, if you walk through, you'll see some offices that we are hoping to keep those offices in place and utilize them, keeping our costs and our expenses down. We look for this building to be the home of our police department, town manager's office, cable department, clerk treasurer's office, school superintendent's administrative office, and more. Little history about the building. The total land is 2.3 acres. The building square footage is a little over 39,000, 24,700 above ground, so 2 floors there, and then 14,200 in the basement. Building consists of 2 separate buildings. The section that we are in was built first in 1959 and then added on somewhere in between 1972 and 1978. It has always been a bank. The last bank that we purchased it from was PNC, and they used most of the facility as a training facility for their employees. In the entryway, there is a yard of bricks from the original IMS track in the entryway up here, and we do plan to utilize that and put that somewhere where we'll be in a main entryway so that everyone will see that, and that'll be part of our building here. We are looking for this building to serve our town for the next 50 to 100 years. So we are working very hard. We don't know the actual layouts, but hopefully we'll have some drawings here before long and have some meetings and keep everyone posted on the upcoming events for our building here in PNC. And at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Jacob, and he's going to tell everyone where you can go in the tour.
Yeah, before you guys take off here, just 1 minute here. First, I just real quickly, they don't like that I do this, but for the employees of the town that are here tonight, could you raise your hand and be recognized? Raise your hand, yes. Again, they don't do it for the recognition. They're selfless public servants, and they care very deeply about this town. I enjoy working with them very much, and I know that their efforts are usually appreciated for the most part, and they, like I said, they just work very hard, so I appreciate you recognizing them. Okay, before everybody embarks on the real reason you're here tonight, which is to see the building. I know some of you didn't really want to hear anybody speak, but you just want to see the building, and that's fine. But there are a few warnings before we get started here. First of all, we're going to have some folks stationed kind of around the building to help answer questions. I will tell you that we're very much in the planning stages, as Eileen indicated. We do have some of the members of the architect team that are working here with Schmidt Architects. Would you guys raise your hands if you're around? Can you hear me? Okay. So if you have, especially any like technical questions about the building itself and like structural beams and that sort of thing, those are the right folks to ask. As you wander around the building, so I want to just tell you on behalf of our attorney that the building is most certainly now a construction zone. I hate to say it this way, but please explore at your own risk. Especially the basement and second floor. So we've had to remove ceiling tiles and we've cleaned it up here, but on the other floors it's not as cleared up as much. We've also had to remove furniture, and so there's still debris throughout that can create some tripping hazards, some slippery surfaces, or other obstacles, so please be careful. Doors, if a door's closed, please don't attempt to open it or try to open it. And also, please don't take things. There are a lot of cool things in this building, and we intentionally wrote the purchase agreement such that they would stay here. They're not here by accident. They're not trash that's left behind. So please just leave things where they are. And last but not least, the elevator has been turned off, but please don't try to use it. If you're kind of hoping to use the elevator to get to the other floors, you probably don't want to be walking on those floors anyway. There's a lot of debris. So for your safety, please just enjoy the first floor here. And then as a reminder, we're going to close things up at 8 o'clock. But please enjoy yourselves, and thank you again for coming out tonight. Thank you.